So this dude hiding in my room truly thinks that Elden Ring needs an easy mode. This is laughable. This is pathetic. We're gonna react to it. We're gonna destroy each and every single argument of his. Let's get started.
Elden Ring needs to have an easy mode. As someone who's played Elden Ring for over 87 hours now, I can still say that the game's difficulty level is far too high. I just feel like the game's difficulty is severely hampering my enjoyment of the game. And I think it's a real shame because at this point I feel like I'm never going to actually finish the game.
What the hell if you play like this, man? If you play like this after 80 hours. I don't know what you're doing. I don't know what you were doing. Like, I know we all die to easy, pathetic enemies sometimes. This stuff can happen. It can happen. But if you play like this all the time, man, I don't feel sorry.
We'll get to the end boss and feel satisfied with my gaming experience from Elden Ring. I'm just sick and tired of having to spend all day long trying to defeat a boss whilst dying over and over again repeatedly. Even though now I'm level 75 and I've got all this cool armor and gear and weapons, abilities and spells, I can't really say that the amount of times that I'm dying has significantly reduced since I started off playing the game. I just really don't understand why FromSoft is so stubborn about implementing an easy mode or a normal mode.
Hidetaki Miyazaki wants that the player base has the same experience, that they get the same adventure. That's the important thing. That's the source. That's the soul of Elden Ring and the Souls games. No pun intended, but yeah. That's how he wanted it to be. That's his vision, and I think it's great.
Or maybe even an extra hard mode for people who actually want the challenge. Because not all of us want this challenge. Some of us just want to play the game and enjoy Elden Ring because it's a pretty interesting looking game and the lore and the story is quite fascinating and we just want to explore the world. The worst feeling when playing Elden Ring is when you're stuck on a boss and you spent almost all day long trying to take it down.
Yeah.
And you haven't made any progress.
Yeah, it's truly the worst feeling. I can agree on that one. But you know what the best feeling is? Is beating that one boss. You stuck at that one boss. You died like 20 times, 28 times, 50 times even. But when you finally got it right, you finally destroyed that one boss. It is the greatest feeling you can get from any game in existence. Only Souls games managed it to do like that. And yeah.
Progress. And it doesn't really matter if you get better gear or level up a bit more and get some extra hit points or get some extra damage. It's not
what? Leveling up matters a lot, man. It's especially important to wield specific weapons to level up and that you don't fat roll anymore, for example, like he is doing all the time. It's disgusting. And leveling up your weapon itself. You know how insane a +5 weapon is? You know? It can just, if you just grade your weapon up normally, you can destroy any enemy in Limgrave with ease, man.
Not really going to make a huge difference, just because the boss can take you out in almost 1 or just 2 hits. The whole get good thing that people keep saying is just such
you just suck a lot, man.
Stupid thing to say because I was literally stuck on this boss all day long. He's called General Radahn. He's in a desert. And I was stuck on this boss for almost 2 days and I finally managed to take him down. Okay. Not because I was skilled, not because I got good at the game or because I made my character more powerful. It's because I found out...
This dude. Come on, just use a fucking horse. You can hide behind these weapon racks. You can use your brain. For 1 second.
Some really lame, cheesy tactic to take him down, which basically just involved resummoning
and the fat rolling just completely kills me, man.
Over and over again, and I let them do the fighting whilst I just avoided any kind of damage by running around in circles far from the boss. It just really doesn't feel like I earned the victory when I have to use these cheese tactics, as they're known in Dark Souls. In the Dark Souls community, it's known as how to cheese something by exploiting some silly mechanic in a boss battle and actually being able to take the boss down easily without really having to put much effort into fighting. And people argue that there is an easy mode. It's called just skipping the boss for now and then leveling up and becoming more powerful, getting some abilities or weapons that enable you to cheese the boss. And I feel like this isn't a very good solution to the lack of an easy mode when all you have to do is exploit.
Bro, you are literally playing on hard mode by using fat rolls. This is damn impressive on a weird way.
And do some farming and level up and find out some kind of tutorial on how to take down a boss using some lame tactic. And when people say that that's the whole point of Dark Souls games, the difficulty is what makes the game fun and enjoyable and challenging. That's like going to a restaurant and ordering a really nice fish and it tastes delicious, but it's full of really tiny bones, and every 10 seconds you've got to try and pick it.
Bro, he's so privileged. He doesn't know how to eat fish.
Out these little bones out of your mouth and try not to swallow or choke on them. And then you complain about it to the...
No comments.
Waiter,
no comments.
Says,
I'm completely offended as a Filipino.
The challenge of removing the bones makes the fish more tasty and enjoyable. I'm pretty sure the fish would taste just as good without the little annoying bones.
You're sure, but you're wrong.
Have to be careful of. And that pretty much sums up Elden Ring in a nutshell. It's a really enjoyable and tasty game, but it's just full of really annoying things that makes it harder to enjoy. For example, the most annoying thing about the boss battles isn't the fact that it's really hard or challenging. It's just how annoying it is having to restart the fight. If you fail one attempt, if you want to have a second attempt, you have to run all the way back to where the boss battle begins. For example, there's this one boss, he's like this rock scorpion made out of rock.
I recommend using normal attacks on Radan or any other attacks. Maybe try out a different element which can actually hurt him and not just spamming your weapon out and wonder why you get hit all the time.
At the end of a crystal mine, and if you fail this boss, you have to start all the way back at the beginning of the cave and run all the way through the cave again to get
I'm pretty
back
sure
to the
this
boss
shortcut
battle, whilst also avoiding all of the NPCs and mobs in the cave unless
like running through them is easy. Don't get me on that point. Like, this is only one, or only some bosses have a way to them, which you need to retake after you are dead. But most of them, nearly all of Elden Ring bosses, have a Statue of America or a bonfire nearby. That's the thing. That's the thing in Elden Ring, and that's 10 times better than in any other Souls game. Especially in Dark Souls 2, Shrine of Anima, you don't wanna get me on that. I'm not going.
you want to fight through them again and again every single time you fail at the boss. And then you have to go through all the loading screens. The loading screen from when you die and then respawn is just way too long. Sure, it's only 5 or 6 seconds, but if you're dying hundreds of times, you've got to stare at that stupid loading screen for 5 seconds hundreds of times. It really starts to get annoying. Why can't they just respawn you at the beginning of the boss battle so you can have another attempt straight away without having to do all this running and backtracking? And there are some bosses where you do start off the fight again straight from the beginning at the entrance, but there's some bosses where they make it very frustrating to restart the battle. For example, when you're fighting Radan, that big boss in the desert who fires arrows at you, it sends you to a different location to fight him. But when you die, you have to start back outside of that location at the beginning entrance of this elevator, and you have to get on your mount, ride down to the teleporter again, and then transport to the different locations again, going through another loading screen, and then you have to do that beginning entry bit again where you have to run towards him whilst he's firing arrows at you to actually get back to the bit when you're fighting the boss. It's just such convoluted game design when you're spending 20% of your engagement against this boss just running backwards and forwards and staring at loading screens. Sometimes I gave up trying to fight a boss just because I got so frustrated with having to run back to the beginning of the boss and start it over again that I just got so annoyed. If they're not going to implement an easy mode, I wish that they would at least consider making it a lot less painful having to restart a boss after you've failed one attempt. And I think an easy mode would make the game a lot better because I really don't enjoy being stuck on a boss and having to do it hundreds of times. It just feels like a chore at that point.
Bro, you are just walking in and dying all the time. You are not thinking, you are not using different tactics. You just walk in and die all over again every single time. This is what I'm seeing from your footage. This is pathetic. If you are not capable enough, go play an Ubisoft title. Go play Far Cry or something like that, where you show you each and every single location on your fucking map because you are too dumb to understand any jack shit. I was a big fan of Far Cry 3. Yeah, I'm one of you dumb people, but if you don't enjoy this stuff, then stop playing it. This is not for everyone, this is obvious. I don't think Souls games are for the broad mass. But if you are in this community, a veteran, you can be truly proud to be one because this is one of the best games ever made.
At that point, I'm not really enjoying the game anymore, and I would like to just move on and go on to the next stage because I'm kind of fed up with having to do this boss battle. I don't know about you, but I'm a very busy person and I've got a lot of games that I want to play, and I really don't fancy the idea of having to plunge hundreds of hours into Elden Ring just because the game's
You are a very busy person. Has 90 hours in Elden Ring after just a few days. It was on the 25th since it came out. Yeah. After 10 days, 90 hours. Imagine that. Imagine
really huge,
that.
But because it takes you days and days to finish some boss battles.
I see it. Yeah, I see it. This dude is completely privileged. I can see it. I can see your soul, man.
Ridiculously, annoyingly challenging, and I really don't see.
I know you have enough time to play games.
The game shouldn't have an easy mode. It's supposed to be hard.
Stupid,
well, if you
man.
want the game to be hard, then don't choose the easy mode. Then you can choose whatever mode you want to play it on. I just think it's kind of unfair that my enjoyment of the game has to be reduced.
Stop spamming your weapon.
Other people want a challenge, and they have different standards when it comes to what's easy and what's difficult. And they say that if you want the game to be easier, then just level up and get better gear.
It's emotional damage, man.
If you want the game to be harder, then just unequip some gear and unequip some abilities and spells, and you can make the game harder for yourself like that. And I really feel like they're doing a disservice to...
I don't even know what he's talking about, man. I don't understand his points. Is he living in a dream world or
themselves as a game company? You want more people to play your game, don't you? Not less. And having the game to be such a difficult game really puts up this massive barrier to entry.
I'm done. I'm sick of it. Let's look at the comments. I'm stop this. I'm gonna stop this. This is just too stupid, man. This is too stupid. It's a satire, yeah. It's also something what I am thinking. Something tells me that his real message is that he needs an easy mode for real life. True. I also want an easy mode for real life. Why? Can I? Why? I just wanted to choose the rich mode at the beginning of my life, to be honest, but maybe I just forgot that there's no option. Something like that. Man. I want an easy mode. Also complain about cheesing with the boss in the same video. This is stuff, man. I don't understand your point. You are flaming the easy mode. I tell you, you can't pull the same trick twice, but my man has pulled the same trick 5 times. I'm truly in awe. Because he's a troll? Like truly. Is he just trolling with us? Is he just playing bad on purpose? This is a thing. I don't know, man. Yeah, that was actually it. I tried to analyze his channel a bit more. Maybe he's truly a troll and stuff like that, but from feeling I got from his last videos was... I'm confused, man. That's it. Please leave a like, comment, stuff like that. And if you want to be a part of the Sigma Gaming, Wafer Gaming community, just leave a sub. And I see you next time. I do Elden Ring, Genshin, reaction stuff to new games and stuff like that. Yeah, that's it. I see you next time. Wafer out. Bye bye.